So I don't think it is money wasted when you buy an Hermes bag. And I know it sounds like I'm kissing their butt, guys, but that's really how I feel. Like, I don't think they are overpriced. If you do want to sell it, then it will always be worth something. Unless you completely trash it, you know. But you know, then again, people are looking for trash Birkins at the moment. So even then, it is always worth something. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Jess. Today I wanted to talk about Hermes myths busted by me. So guys, if you want to hear about that, well, like this video, subscribe to my channel, click my bell to get notifications on when I upload. Okay guys, let's try and bust some myths today, some Hermes myths. I want to give you guys my opinion on things that people say about Hermes and what I really think. So first thing is, well, actually I wanted to share my bag of the day. I wore my A-line bag from Hermes. I actually bought this secondhand, but it is a really handy piece. I quite enjoy it. It actually fits quite a big amount. This is in the Birkins Faubourg leather. As you can see, it gets scratched quite easily, but I love how it kind of develops its own patina and it goes into this like rich, almost reddish brown color over time, and it's just a gorgeous, beautiful leather. I love it, guys. And I've got a petite H charm on it as well. I kind of just wrapped it around here. So let's get into the video. So first myth is you should keep your stickers on your hardware to retain the resale value. I would say yes and no. Most of my bags, I usually take the stickers off straight away, but I will say that I have bought bags that still had the stickers on, so pre-loved, and when I peeled the stickers off, it was completely fine underneath. The top layer didn't peel off, but there was one bag I bought on Facebook from an Australian group. It was a Toolbox 20. I heard you guys that I bought it on my channel, but then I kind of I sold it soon after because I didn't really like the shade of blue. This was like 1 or 2 years, I think it was 1 year ago maybe, but I never revealed it on my channel. It was a Toolbox 20 in blue, and yeah, I don't know, I actually quite like the Toolbox, but this one was just a really weird shade of blue, so I couldn't style it with anything, and I ended up selling it through the Persefair later on. But that one, I think it was from around 2016, and the seller had left her stickers on that bag. And when I went to peel them off, it actually, the front of the bag was fine, but the hardware on the inside, when I peeled it off, some of the top coat of the palladium hardware actually came off with the hardware, and I was like, oh crap, because it had actually damaged the hardware. So I have a feeling because maybe she was in a state that was a little bit more humid, the glue had reacted with the top layer of like the hardware, and it had adhered to it to the point where it actually damaged the hardware when you were to peel off the stickers. So when people say that keeping the stickers on retains the resale value, I think it can, because honestly sometimes when you see the stickers you're like, oh, it makes it look newer. But if it is like getting onto like over 5 years old and the stickers are still on there, if I see that on a listing, it actually makes me wary, because I'm worried that if I purchase that bag and then I bring it home and take the stickers off, I'm worried that the sticker's gonna peel off the hardware. There is that risk. So I think if you buy it within like the first 2 years or so and you keep the stickers on, it's probably not going to damage the hardware. But when you're buying an older bag, like for like 4 or 5 years old, and it still has the original stickers on, I almost feel like that is a little bit of like a gamble, because I'm actually scared that the sticker's going to peel off the hardware. So I would much prefer to buy a bag that has the stickers off and the hardware is in relatively good condition, because at least I know it's not going to be damaged by the sticker, because I have experienced the stickers damaging a bag I'd purchased before. So yeah, I would say not always does keeping the sticker help the resale value. And I think as someone who is like a reseller or someone who owns a consignment store, if you're selling a bag to someone and it has the stickers on it, and then the buyer brings it home and they take the stickers off and it peels the hardware off, I'm sure the buyer would be disappointed that that happened to their hardware. So if you are someone who is consigning a bag as well, I would almost feel like I would want to check under the sticker to see if the hardware has been damaged by the sticker, because yeah, it would be not a great experience for the buyer if they peel off the sticker and then the hardware is damaged. Next myth. Hermes bags are the most expensive bags you can buy. Not always. Now, obviously, there is like the diamond Himalayan Birkin and all that. That's very expensive. There is most certainly a lot of very, very expensive bags that you can get from all brands. And I think when it comes to Hermes, their pricing for everything is quite varied. Like, of course, Hermes are very expensive, but if you think about their entry-level bags, like the Picotin or even something like, you know, this bag or a mini Evelyn, they're actually a lot cheaper than brands that you would associate as being cheaper, like Prada and Louis Vuitton. Like, if you go to Prada in 2023 and you want a Galleria bag, which I'm shocked at, it's like 6,800 Australian dollars, right, for the Prada Galleria bag in Saffiano leather. Or you could buy, I don't know, like a garden party bag. So this one, okay, so this out of the Country Calf, this beautiful, like, really thick grain, like, to be honest, I feel like this leather's probably more expensive than the Prada leather. It's gonna be 5,000 something, I think 5,900 now for this, which is still very expensive, but yeah, and it's actually, when you think about it, Hermes is not always the most expensive brand. Like, there are many bags you can buy at Hermes which are much cheaper than, you know, some of the competitors. Even Chanel, like, a lot of the time Chanel is a lot more expensive than Hermes, with not in regards to the Birkin and the Kelly, but in regards to, like, Hermes has so many bags, guys. Like, if you go on their website, there is a page which showcases, like, I don't know, like 16 bags or something like that, and they're not all Birkin and Kelly. Like, they're most certainly expensive bags, but they have a lot of bags that are under $5,000 as well. Like, as I said, the Picotin, the Evelyn. And if you're shopping pre-loved, even better, because you can pick up some vintage Hermes bags for really good deals. I mean, I've shown you guys this enough, but I bought this trim bag. Yes, I pimped it out. I bought this trim bag from Luke's at Ford for like $1,000-ish, which was, you know, similar to the price of a Louis Vuitton mini pochette. So I would say no, like, Hermes is not the most expensive bag brand when you think about it. They have a lot of random bags which you can pick up for a lot less than, like, a Prada bag or even a Miu Miu bag. So yeah, I would say that is a myth busted as well. Next myth is the way to get an Hermes Birkin or Kelly in the boutique is purely based on your spend. And I would say, well, okay, it's a bit rich coming from me because not like I've been offered a Birkin or Kelly, but I will say that from working in luxury stores and just my own feeling, I don't think it just has to do with your spend. I think if you spend a lot of money but you're a bit difficult to work with, like you're a little bit rude, condescending to the sales associate, or you're pushy, or you're like begging for a bag, or you're wasting the sales associate's time. What do I mean by wasting the sales associate's time? You could be late to your appointment all the time. You could be texting them late at night. You could be just badgering them all the time. If you're a difficult client, that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get what you want. But if you're a likable person, and you're not that you're fake nice, like, you can't be too calculated with how you act with people because people are dumb. If you just act like a normal, nice person, you're respectful of the sales associate and understanding of the situation of Hermes, which Hermes is a very slow game, and most sales associates want you to be happy. That is their job. And people don't, like, sales associates don't like to see you sad because it makes their life difficult as well. So they want you to be happy. So always know that if you are, you know, always keeping in touch with your sales associate, but you're not begging them or being difficult, that you will eventually probably get something, unless you're being rude or just very entitled, because yeah, there's only so much stock that can go around, and you just have to be patient. And the thing that is actually good about Hermes is that when they offer you a bag, you do have to wait a little bit of time to get the next one, not only because they're trying to, I guess, make it more exclusive and you know, not just churn out bags like crazy, but they also want you to appreciate the bag that you just got to the fullest. Because, you know, I think in this day and age, I know for myself, I'm always looking for the next bag, and I never get to fully appreciate the bag I just bought because I'm always on to the next thing. And I think the good thing about Hermes is that it's so slow, and they do really, like, if you are waiting for a Birkin, you know, they might offer you like a Pico tin. You can enjoy that for like a year or two. And, you know, you might actually find that you use the non-quota bags a lot more, because I find for me, even though I have a few Kelly bags and a Birkin, I actually enjoy the non-quota bags a lot more because they're a lot more low-key and, you know, easy to get in and out of, and you just start to appreciate the brand and learn about the brand in a slower way. So I, in a way, do like how slow Hermes is with like letting you explore the brand. I mean, you definitely have to, you know, to get a bag, you probably have to show interest in a few categories and that sort of thing. But if you are that impatient to get a bag, guys, honestly, the secondhand market has heaps of bags. So instead of, you know, stressing yourself out, you can definitely go to a consignment store and pick up a Birkin or Kelly. And you don't always have to pay double the price either. You could go for a vintage, you could go for, even there are a lot of Birkin 35s or Birkin 30s that are pretty close to retail. Like if you want a Birkin 25 or Kelly 25, well then yeah, you're gonna have to spend a pretty penny, but you know, you can most certainly experience a Birkin or Kelly for pretty close to the retail price if you shop pre-loved, just depending on the age. So yeah, I don't always think it has to do with the spend at Hermes. It also has to be with how easy you are to work with and how respectful you are of your sales associate's time as well. Next myth busted is Hermes bags are overpriced. Now, I think all designer bags in general are definitely priced higher because of the positioning of that brand, but Hermes bags in general, I don't think they're overpriced because they do say in their care instructions that if you look after them, they can last you a lifetime, and they do offer that aftercare service that, you know, similar to some other brands, that because they are willing to repair your bag for you for a cost, but because you do have that a guarantee of it lasting, and Hermes do stand by their products, I think the initial amount that you pay for the bag is worth it if you can have it for a prolonged amount of time. You could buy many cheaper bags, but you know, over the course of 30 years, if you can have one Hermes Birkin and you really enjoy it and you like the way and it makes you feel special every day, I think that is much more worth the initial payment than buying a whole lot of random bags. And as time has gone by, I really have enjoyed just like buying Hermes bags because I do appreciate the leather and how durable they are compared to other brands I've experienced. And I do see the value in buying an Hermes bag, not only because of the quality, because it does have a very strong name. So if you were to get sick of the bag as well, it's a brand that will always have value because of the following that it has, the amount of people who collect it. And so, you know, you can always, your bag will always be valuable purely because of that as well. So I don't think it's overpriced. In fact, if you keep your bag in good condition, you know, for many years, you'll probably be able to sell it for how much you paid for it. So I don't think it's overpriced. It's priced accordingly, according to the desirability of the brand, the collectability aspect of it as well, but also they do stand by their quality. So I don't think it's overpriced. Your money is pretty safe when you buy an Hermes bag. And even if you don't sell it, the way that they look, the design is very classic, very timeless, and you'll be able to, I feel like they age in a really beautiful, elegant way as well. So even with a bit of wear and tear, they always seem to look good. So I don't think it is money wasted when you buy an Hermes bag. And I know it sounds like I'm kissing their butt, guys, but that's really how I feel. Like, I don't think they are overpriced, because you really do get your money's worth out of them if you look after them and keep them for many, many years. If you do want to sell it, then it will always be worth something, unless you completely trash it, you know. But you know, then again, people are looking for trash Birkins at the moment, so even then, it is always worth something. A last myth debunked is fake Hermes bags are obvious. They are not. So I know that there are super fakes out there that are very close to the real thing, particularly with Louis Vuitton and Chanel bags. The replica market is getting very advanced, but even with Hermes bags, so you have to be very careful when buying on the second-hand market. I would recommend getting your bag authenticated by Bubba Baby, maybe doing an entropy check as well. Obviously, if you're just somebody like me, purchasing something online is always risky, and you can't fully tell if it's authentic until you get that piece in your hands. But I try and buy like things secondhand that are a little bit older. Like there was going to be less super fake vintage bags than super fake new bags. Like there will be much more super fake Mini Kellys and Birkin 25s than there will be of maybe, I don't know, like a blue Brighton Lindy, you know, I mean, there will probably be a fake of that somewhere, but it's less likely. Just like how there's more likely to be fake classic flaps than a fake, I don't know, like a fake Chanel girl bag. That's so random, but you just have to know, what is riskier to buy than other things, and obviously when buying a really hot Hermes item like a Birkin 25, try and buy it from a reputable reseller, like someone who has a really good reputation, or even a friend you trust. I do want to buy a Birkin 25 one day, so I don't know whether that's something I would ever be offered in the boutique, because it's just, I understand the competition is really big where I live, and I don't, to be honest, buy diamonds and watches, so I don't know if I'll be offered that one day. I mean, you never say never, guys, but that might be something that I look at buying secondhand. And yes, I will have to do a lot of checks when buying that thing, but I want to buy something that from a reputable seller that guarantees authenticity, because that way, if there is any red flags with the bag I buy, the seller will give me my money back. As long as the seller guarantees authenticity and there is any sort of dispute against that, they will give you your money back. I mean, there is a lot of consignment stores that guarantee authenticity, and as long as you have that guarantee, there's no problem getting your money back. If the bag is deemed fake after your investigation, then it's pretty safe. But yes, it is getting harder and harder to navigate the pre-loved market, because some fakes are getting very, very advanced, and a lot of people will say, you know, you should only directly buy from Hermes, but I don't know, guys. I really enjoy vintage. I love some of the like the 90s styles and like the early 2000s styles from Hermes, so that is something I would still totally buy. Even some of the styles from like the 60s and 70s, I love it all, guys, so I will still buy Hermes secondhand. But just when you're buying those newer styles, I think it's good to be wary and really check that your bag is authentic. Anyways, guys, thanks for listening to my blabby video today. I hope you enjoyed it, and please like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys on my next one. Bye!